Downwell may look simple, but scratch under the surface and you'll find detail, depth and a whole lot of fun in this venture of a tiny little character who jumps down a well. The concept is pretty easy to get your head round. Jump into a well and safely navigate your way past enemies, projectiles whilst trying not to die and reach the objective at the bottom of the level. You only have a few hit points, so try not to get hit by the variety of enemies and traps that stand in your way. Levels are different each time in this vertical scrolling roguelike, and it feels like parts of Super Mario 2 but on steroids. There's also a small matter of having to start fresh when you run out of health, so taking care through levels is definitely a must. First appearances can be deceiving, and on first look, Downwell may seem straightforward, but it's far from simple. It's challenging, sometimes infuriating, and also very, very fast. The controls are similar to the concept of the game itself, seemingly simple but with a hidden depth the more you play. There's a simple 3-button control system, perhaps from its roots as a mobile game, with left, right and jump. The jump button then doubles as a fire button for whatever gun you happen to have strapped to your boots at the time. Projectiles shoot from your boots serve a couple of purposes, not only to clear enemies out of the way, but to also affect your trajectory as you fall at speed down the well and clear your path. As well as shooting enemies with your gun-enabled boots, you can also jump on enemies' heads to kill them. Do this a few times in quick succession and you can chain together combinations that allow you to get more points and reload your weapon whilst in midair. You only have a few shots from your boots, so combining your shooting and your Mario-style jump attacks on enemies are definitely more useful than it may seem at first. As you make your way down various levels in the well, you come across rooms that give you moments away from the action. So here you can pick up power-ups including new guns for your boots, including shotguns, lasers, triple shot and burst, and many more. So the power-ups affect tactics as you speed down the well, with lasers allowing you to clear things from a distance, shotguns allow you to take out tanky enemies in a single shot. The new weapon power-ups also serve a dual purpose, as you can recover health too and increase your max HP. Also on your way down you come across shops where you can buy energy and other power-ups, although I tended to focus on health as that was what I needed the most. The shopkeeper is also really smiley, but don't jump over him and stomp on his or her products, as his face will turn into a frown in a really nice little touch. These rooms and shops provide rare moments of calm and otherwise action-packed, fast-paced descent into danger. So in between levels you can pick up modifiers allowing you to enhance the environment in your favour. For example, blocks that explode shoot out projectiles, or by eating enemies after you kill them it restores some health. It's gross, but it's really useful. You can get 10% off the price at shops and plenty of other things that help you along the way. As you dive bomb your way down you want to collect a currency called gems, not only to pick up items from the vendor, but also building up your gem meter. Downwell keeps track of your overall gem count, and you can unlock new game modes as well as colour palettes for your adventure. By collecting loads of gems you unlock Gem High mode, where your attacks do more damage as long as you're topping up your gems by collecting them. The ideal state is to get Gem High mode as fast as possible and keep that buff going by continuing to collect gems. Spending your gems wisely in the game is advised, although using them to unlock new styles of play is also fun. These modifiers either add or remove the difficulty. For example, Arm Spin mode adds more gun modules but makes shops really rare, giving you fewer opportunities to upgrade or buy items like health. There's also different visual styles to unlock in the game, with the obvious Nintendo nods like G-Boy and V-Boy referring to Game Boy and Virtual Boy colour palettes. The visual styles may seem like a simple colour change, but when you're trying to get down that well at speed you want to be seeing where you're going as best as possible, otherwise it's going to be much harder to get down there safely. The systems all work together beautifully, and on the surface the controls seem really simple, but clearly a lot of thought and craft has gone into Downwell because it flows so well. Combining the jump and the attack buttons into one means you don't have more than one control system to learn, allowing you to focus on your tactics and flying down that well as fast as you can. Once you get through a few rounds you realise the speed element of the game is an underlying focus, with the game designer Ajiro Fumoto adding a timer at the end of your runs. Rather than taking the cautious route, you're promoted to fly down the well at pace, jumping off enemies where possible, avoiding the enemies highlighted that you can't bounce off, and shooting your way through walls as fast as you can. There are a few ways to approach Downwell. You can hurtle down as fast as you can, trying desperately to avoid everything in your path, or you could take the more cautious method by killing everything in your path before carving a way forward. The combo system is a great addition, but for me that's going to take a little bit more practice and time. This is a dip in and dip out game that definitely respects your time. Originally a mobile game that found its way to PC and consoles like Nintendo Switch, this is the perfect game for when you're on the go and you have a few moments to spare. The early levels serve as a nice warm up to the tricky levels ahead, and they do get super tough in places. You may find yourself practicing for as little as 10 minutes on a level, or find yourself dragged into a multi-hour session trying to perfect your runs and your time. I played the game on Xbox Game Pass, but you can pick this one up for a really reasonable price on mobile devices and Nintendo Switch or Steam on PC. It's been out for some time, but it's a game I came away from thinking how fun it was and how much I wanted to go back to perfect my runs, get better times and spend plenty more time with in the world of Downwell. So don't judge a book by its cover, find some time to spend with Downwell, you definitely won't regret it. So the game was developed by Moppin, it was released on the 15th of October 2015, and it's available for PC, Nintendo Switch, iOS, Android and even the PlayStation Vita. And I gave it a final score of 77 out of 100.